to all the dispossessed youth of Africa, for perpetuation of communion with ancestral spirits through the fight for African freedom, and in the firm faith that the dead, the living, and the unborn will unite to build the destroyed shrines. Selah. Dai family, and welcome to another special message from the Ancient Ones. My name is Dr. Mumbi Saraki. How you doing? How's everything going? I really do pray, family, that you are well in all your ways and that you're moving into living life in your own narrative, because your own narrative is the only vehicle that will take you, family, from this hell on earth into the 5D reality where I am reporting live and direct, family, from the Maya Miko Collective. Thanks to every single person who has inquired, wanting to come through, wanting to visit us. We're kind of just setting the pace first, and we're kind of trying to set the first retreat. It's not going to be anything, it'll be something fun for sure. I think just if we could bring ourselves into one space together for a day, for 2 days, for 3 days, it would really do a lot in shifting timelines, etc., etc. Special shout out to Errol, always here with us at the Maya Miko Collective. He's absolutely loving 5D reality. So, family, the Ancient Ones wanted me to talk about the door that's been opened on Mama Earth. You see, just as much as we have risen into a new dimension, into a new dispensation, family, and now a lot of us who are mediums, a lot of us who are psychics, but mainly mediums. A medium is basically like what they would call them back in the day, or an oracle, where you surrender your body to a higher consciousness, or you tune yourself in like a radio to a higher consciousness that you are completely aware of who it is, and they channel messages to you or through you. They can download incredible technologies into your, into your energy and all these things. So that's the positive things that are happening. And that's one of the major things that actually helped us back in our ancient civilizations, family. The reason we were able to take quantum leaps was because of the mediums and the oracles who were able to bring in a higher knowledge that would now shift the timelines, or was able to bring in a higher message, a higher thinking, a higher consciousness that would shift the global consciousness. Definitely stories for other days. Before I get into it, special shout out to our Patreon family. Thank you so much for supporting us on that platform. And thanks to every single person that sends us love donations. We love you so much. And thanks for helping us to continue to pay the bills and bring the awakening news to our people. So, family, the Ancient Ones wanted me to talk about this door that's open. So, of course, now there's a spiritual doorway that's opened that enables us now to connect to our Ancient Ones, to connect to our ancestors. Some of us are able to connect to the Great Mother. Some of us are, who is a Great Mother? Hey, those ones, you'll have to discover that, family. Some of us are able to connect to different deities, very, very high-level conscious beings. And it takes a lot for us to download that information. But what has happened, family, is as much as we have been moved by our spiritual time, family, by spiritual time into this new, what they're calling the Aquarian age, which is like new information. And when there's new information, there's a new world. The Babylonians of this world have been also opening the doorway to darkness, because they're trying to catch us before we take off, because, as I said, there's two worlds that are separating. And what they've done through this thing of, CERN and trying to study the black hole and trying to study like the original spark, is they're trying to create either wormholes or black holes to other dimensions. But one thing they're doing is they're holding the door open for some very, very dark energies, family, to come through into this earth, to fight on their behalf. So just as me as an oracle, I may be used by the Great Mother or some deity to fight on the behalf of the light, or to fight on the behalf of truth, to spread truth. There are those, and that will be completely consensual. I will benefit from it. Humanity will benefit from it. There's so many rewards in being, a messenger of the Most High, as they like to say. But there are those now who will be hijacked by the demonic entities, by the jealousy spirit, by the envy spirit, by the spirit of lack, by the spirit of hatred, by the spirit of discrimination. And they will allow the spirit of lust, the spirit of recklessness, those spirits which are entities will enter them, and they will now try and interfere, in the lives of chosen ones, and they will also self-destruct themselves, but mainly family. We are the target for these things, and that's why I say, please be extremely careful who you're hanging out with, who you call your friend, who you give your energy and time to. It is so critical, family, because I have just been through an experience where an energy, I can call it a spirit of jealousy, a spirit of wanting to tear me down, a spirit of disloyalty, a spirit of betrayal. It has come to me. I can say for the last 2 decades, it will hop from one friend to another. It will pick, and I've noticed now the kind of friend it will pick in my group. Usually the one who's the most fun, the one who we super get along, but they have a little bit of an insecurity. They feel a little threatened by the spiritual powers. They've got a big ego where they think they're all that and a bag of chips. So it's like there's a particular personality in my life. Whenever I have such a friend, it's like this spirit comes and manifests in them, family. And I didn't notice it until now, because it came since the beginning of the year. It has come in, let's say 2 people. But it had come in one person, which was very, very devastating. But it came in back to back. I made friends with this person. That spirit of envy, of jealousy, of wanting to shame me, of wanting to devalue me, of wanting to affect my self-esteem, of wanting to demean me, just saying casual words to just bring me down, entered a friend, a mutual kind of acquaintance that we were all hanging out with. So I cut those cords, and I was like, this is not the kind of company I want to keep. Immediately, within that month's family, that spirit left that friend and entered another friend. Similar personalities, very egotistical men. They happen to think they're hot and all this, same personality. And I was almost like, why do I keep attracting these people who want to bring me down? Why do I keep attracting someone who will want to sabotage me? Why do I keep attracting someone who will want to make me feel ashamed in public? What is it about me? Because I told you, family, sometimes it's about what vibration around me is still bringing this kind of energy into this kind of person, that the spirit can still enter my life. And family, for me, this is a very destructive spirit because it hits me at my core. If you're psychic, if you're a seer, if you're a prophet, you know that we are so sensitive. And most of the time, the spirit will tell us way more than we need to know about a person. And if you've been a psychic for a couple of decades, you recognize that that is just for your information. It's not really you should, sometimes you don't give people benefit of the doubt, but you'll just know what you know, and you'll interact with that person, because if they're in your atmosphere, of course they must be there for a reason. But I kept asking, why do I attract this betrayal spirit? What is it? And I realized, family, it was a tiny little healing that I had not done, a little self-esteem issue from when I was in high school. And, I considered myself a tomboy, and I didn't think, tomboy, all these phrases, family, excuse my French, whatever. and I didn't think I was very beautiful, or I didn't think I was very this. And it's like, that's where I first encountered this spirit. And I have done battle with this spirit for my self-confidence, for my self-esteem. Because you see, family, what they don't tell you is that when you are not who you really are, the spirit, your blessings, your anointings, it's like they can't locate you. They can't find you. And so for so long, family, such people would enter my life and immediately they'd crash my vibration. Immediately they'd lower my vibe. And I realized it was always at significant turning points where the goal of the enemy of my soul was to either delay me or make me miss that significant turning point in my life. And so I had to sit with myself, family, call myself into a meeting. I shed a few tears. And I, put that childhood Mumbi to rest. And it's something I'm going to have to keep doing affirmations. Because obviously there was a window in me. And I really hope I'm making sense, family, because some of you guys are telling me that you'll find yourself sometimes getting back into these cycles where these negative, toxic people are still around. And you're just like, what is it? I'm in 5D reality. How are they here? And it's these little loopholes, family. And I share all this to say that it is absolutely critical that you choose friends who keep you in a high vibration. Anyone who is bringing you into a low vibration, either atmosphere, energy, environment, let them go. Let them go. Let them go. I can't say that enough. Anyone who puts you anyone who just lowers your vibe in any way, whether they make you question yourself, whether they make you doubt yourself, whether they just put you anyone who lowers your frequency, it's too risky now. Because if we lower our vibration, we miss what's coming. And they know they just have to come and irritate us a little bit for us to. So family, maintain your vibe at all times. Maintain friends who help you maintain that vibe at all times. And if you're still encountering these kind of negative friends in your life, lovers, partners, whatever, then look beyond the person to the spirit, to the spiritual wickedness that has probably been following you most of your life. Confront it, slay it. And sometimes confronting it may mean, because I finally, in this spirit, it's almost like I had a huge argument with my friend, but it was more like I was confronting that spirit. And I felt finally I was able to confront and banish that spirit from my life once and for all. And even if it tries to sneak in, I now know the kind of personalities that when I allow them in, they come with that attachment. So be very, very aware, family, when you're moving in circles, especially now also, when you're in public, because sometimes we can go into a low vibe environment, maybe a government office or something, and I don't know if you've experienced this, but you'll kind of trigger someone's demons, and you'll notice some people will get extra aggressive with you for no reason, or some people will just start acting out, and you'll just, So be very aware. Always cover yourself in a bubble of fire, a fiery ring, a bubble of water, a bubble of all the elements, whatever. Sometimes you might even want to make yourself invisible when you're moving around, and that's just simply saying, I wear an invisible cloak of protection. If you know, you know. If you're not there yet, that'll sound crazy. But remember, family, it's not even about the friends. It's not even about the family members. It's about those spiritual entities that have followed us all our lives. Those are the ones now that we're confronting. because those are the ones that are still showing up because they've been with us for so long. It's like they still have a little root in our minds. But once you see it as it is, you can totally uproot that root, family, and keep it moving. Your vibration is your protection. And if you keep your vibe high, all these enemies of your soul they'll expose themselves super fast and they'll fall by the wayside. But don't allow anyone to affect your vibration, to lower it in any way, family. It's too risky. Because remember, just as the Most High, the great creator, source, our ancient ones, our ancestors, send our liberation, our keys, our gifts, our money, our blessings through people, the enemy of our soul sends distractors, destroyers, gossipers, derailers, people who will be jealous of us, people who will be envious of us, people who will think we're stupid because we're nice, all these kind of things. Long story short, the devil also uses people. Everyone, the devil. But you won't have to worry about those entities if you keep your vibration high, because they can't reach your atmosphere. And you see now, because the spiritual warfare is like at a head, what I'm finding is like before, maybe I'll do a whole separate show on this. Before I was like in hermit mode. I was totally isolated at the shrine in Nyanyuki doing my thing. But now I've felt the spirit calling me to go clubbing sometimes, calling me to go to certain environments. And I no longer question. I just do it as a happy times person with my high vibrational crew. And there's many times where we have shifted the atmosphere, where we have shifted certain events and occurrences. Let me know if this is happening with you as well, where the spirit will lead you to go to a particular area in your city or a town or something like that. And if you put 2 and 2 together, or if you just spiritually intuitive try and understand why you were sent there, you'll see it was to do some energetic work, to shift something in your reality. But those are stories for other days. Until next time, family. Tuko pamoja.